Almost 15 years ago, on 7th October 2010, Khaleja was released in theaters. Fans were watching their favorite star after 3 long years of his absence. Expectations were sky high as the actor director duo had delivered a blockbuster before. The movie was produced with an almost 30 crore budget, but unfortunately recovered only 18 crores, landing as a box office failure. This was in 2010, but now things are different for this film. More than 1 lakh tickets were sold in just 2 days for the re release, creating an all time record for the re released movies. Not just that, Kaleja has been one of Tollywood's most rewatched movies on TV. But what changed? How did a box office flop become a cult classic? One of the main reasons we often hear is that this movie was way ahead of its time. That's definitely true to some extent, but the real reason I suspect was the expectations from fans and the general audience. Because the entire movie ended up going in a completely different direction from what the audience expected. One of the biggest reasons for this is Mahesh Babu's characterization. Up until that point, we had only seen him play a class, silent, and righteous person in his entire filmography. Never did we imagine him as a taxi driver, let alone swearing real profanity throughout the film. It was a bold but initially misunderstood creative choice. Adding to that, Mahesh's rapid, overlapping dialogues left audience puzzled the first time they saw the movie, as they couldn't make out what he was saying. After Atadu, which was a career defining film for Mahesh, fans believed they were going to see him in a proper commercial entertainer. But what they got was a philosophical narrative about divinity and selfless service, with commercial elements. This underlying philosophy is summarized in the words Devo Manushya Rupena, which appear right before the title card. It was a great plotline, in my opinion, because we very rarely see such nuanced storylines that deal with both philosophy and the contemporary issue at the same time. But somewhere among the action and humor, the issue the film touched upon got submerged. Don't get me wrong, while the action is slick and the humor is engaging, they don't really build the story in any meaningful way. That was the problem. Trivikram did get one thing right though, the balance between logic and supernatural events. Every such event is followed by a scene offering a logical explanation. It's beautiful to watch the juxtaposition of realism with subtle mysticism. But what he got wrong was the geography in the film. Dude, how would you get a person who's been stabbed in the back and likely lost a lot of blood from Rajasthan to Andhra Pradesh in that beat up jeep? How and why? You can't say this movie is without any flaws, but once you overlook them, you begin to see the real beauty of the film. We get to see Mahesh Babu shout and scream instead of delivering one liners and showing off slick looks like he's known for. He found a new style of comedy as Raju that redefined him as an actor. Mahesh's characterization in the film is a lesson in character arc. How a selfish, foul mouthed person, unaware of philosophy, selflessness, or even love for that matter, finds love and realizes that God exists in everyone who selflessly helps others. It's a novel premise for a film, and Trivikram masterfully takes that premise of a person thrown into unexpected circumstances and uses it to explore that philosophy and build a fight for a cause narrative. The scene where the unconscious child wakes up in his arms gives you a real emotional high, even you believe he might be God. All this is accompanied by Trivikram's cascading dialogues, which after multiple rewatches became part of Telugu lingo among 90s kids. The background score is a big plus for the film, in my opinion, and the cinematography by Yash Bhatt is unusual yet pleasing. Kaleja is far from a masterpiece, but a movie where your favorite hero is portrayed as a god is the best kind of comeback film any hero's fans can get, and that is why Kaleja gained cult status. Did you watch Kaleja in theaters? Let me know in the comments. This is not a critic.